Greetings everyone, welcome back to Top Tier Arcade. My name is Steve, and we're back in the spare bedroom where we're currently housing the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles LE by Stern. And this video is going to be a restore of in part 4, and one I'm kind of dreading. And it's going to be all about the servo motor replacement. So to give you an update of what's going on, Stern's Premium and LE models come with this glider. The Pro does not. And it's known to be problematic even outside the box. Something about the calibration or the quality of it. It has to move this heavy ass part, and it goes bad. So for whatever reason, I've looked on Pinside. I've got help. It's going to be in this description. There's a few guys that help me. This is the high-tech servo ultra torque that a Pinsider told me about. That is a amazing replacement. It's mainly meant for RC cars and things like that, of that nature. So I'm not looking forward to this, but it has to get done. The good news is I have 2 of them. This is the replacement that the original owner got through Stern, and that went down, and as did the one in the game. So I'm going to take this in steps to make sure, because again, you might say, Steve, what's the big deal? Online, they're saying it's a 20-25 minute swap. I'll be here for 4 hours, if not more. The thing is, these are expensive. They're around $70, you know, with duties and bullshit and whatever else, so I don't want to screw them up. I'm going to take my time. What we're going to do, I'm going to come back to it. First, I'm going to remove the current, the other one in the game, because I want to do both at once. And then we're going to take the information I have online, I'm going to get my tools ready, and we're going to go from there. So first things first, I'm going to show you how to remove this part on the game. Then we're going to take it on my desk, workbench, work on it and see if we can get it working, test it, and hopefully this is done for life. And if not, I have a backup, and then we can move to the fun part, which is the next video, which should be really cool. I'm going to cut away and I'll show you how to start to remove, again, this part from in the game already. So I've just lifted the playfield. We're going to start to unplug the glider itself. So here's the 3 wires right there. Now, and I'm copying the one that I have as a spare. So you can see there's this plug, that one, and that one. All right. So first thing I'm going to do, and I won't show this, I'm going to unplug this, and this, and then we're going to start to unscrew the glider and remove it from the playfield. Okay, so that was easy. Just unplugged the 3 Molex. That came off good. Now should be, well, let's test. There's 1, 2, and 3, right? Yeah, seems to be it. Yeah. So Phillips screwdriver, 1, 2, 3. All right. And then I guess you just move it off the ramp assembly. Okay, so I'll come back after I just unscrew these, and if I find anything that was challenging or difficult, I'll let you know. So it's easy to remove. It's literally the 3 Phillips. But what you do have to do is, because the wire form is under the ramp assembly, like right there, you have to move it forward, and then you have to bend these ramps to bring it forward like so. You have to bring it. So don't worry about if you do that. Not too hard. Be careful. And then these wires that were underneath that are on the plastic, you just move them. Just do this nicely. You just move them like that. And then here comes the and then here comes the wires. Okay, so I just have to bring, you have to bring them through. See this? So anyways, just take your time. Oh, there it is. Okay, so I brought them through, and there it is. So there's both of them. Let me line them up and strategize what we're going to do next. So I've now just put the first glider on the bench, which is my computer and this terrible workspace, but I have no choice. Anyways, here's where I started off. So I was on Pinside, And Pinhead 50 is the one that told me, hey Steve, get this one. So here's the Servo, which is an Ultra Torque. And again, they're pretty expensive, but I'll have the link and everything below. But in the meantime, so again, here's where he said, Steve, it takes 20 minutes. It's all posted here. I can link this in the description if you want, but this video should do it, unless you're a more of a reader to help. Now, what will happen is, so it pops off. Should take 20 minutes. Remove the screws there. And then I have another instruction saying kind of the same thing, where take the glider off, and then should be straightforward. So what he does recommend is, do you see the arm here on the old Servo? We're going to use that on the new one. Here's what the new one looks like. So I'm going to take that, put it on this, only because, you know, it's recommended, and you don't want to kind of screw the positioning, and I agree. Plus, that won't fit in any of these. So I'm going to use that. Hopefully it works. Like I said, it's in the, he does say it in the written instructions. So we're going to remove this. So what you do is you take, what version is it? This is a 8mm. Oh, I guess, yeah, an 8mm little wrench, and then just a Phillips screwdriver, and then hold it from the back and then unscrew it. So we remove the 4 bolts here, 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to remove all this, and then you remove this as well. So I guess we have to get to that and remove that as well. So I'm going to be back, and I'm going to do this slow, and then later, you know how it's saying, so here's the coming out of, here's the what plugs in to the game, and you see that part, it's this. So the word is, they say you have to cut the shrink wrap, and then instead of what's there, you're gonna, instead of this one, you just plug this in, and it should be a plug and play. So it's 4:30. Everyone said it should take 20 minutes. Hopefully I can, I'd be so grateful if I can get it done by then. And then you also have to cut these zip ties, and I have new ones anyways. You have to cut these so that, again, there's no restrictions. Another thing, when I was emailing Pinhead 50, who was great, he goes, Steve, like, yeah, don't try to do this shit. Like, I know it's already broken, so it doesn't matter, but don't do that with a new one. It screws it up. And again, let's see if it works. So I'll be back, and I'll give you an update. Let's see what happens. So far so good. It's actually going pretty good. That's the old motor. I took the arm off, this whole piece that comes with it, Y-screw with it, and I put that back shortly. But you have to cut the shrink wrap. That's what it looks like. So you see that little piece? This is a new one. That's going to plug right in. Easy. Easy peasy. That's done. Okay, so I removed the arm. I remove all the bolts. Everything's nice and neat. Oh, there we go. That's come off now. You saw that live. Shit, you know what? If I had the skill, you see how that's Raphael? In the pictures or the video in the game and in the artwork, it's Donatello, which makes sense because he's more the techie guy. Raphael's more the attitude. I don't know why they didn't do that purple with Donatello. But anyways, whatever. All right, so now I'm going to put everything back. So as you can see it, I'm going to just see the armature. I'm going to take that off because it comes with other ones that I don't want to screw with. And I'm going to put the original one off the old one. So it's going. So far, so good. Everything kind of makes sense. I'll be back. Okay, so it's all been put back together. As you can see there's a new servo. Let me turn this upside down. Upside down. So here's how the new one plugs in there. Ground, 5-volt, and signal. So all you do is unscrew that. That's the new arm. So I just popped off the old one, put the new one on. These 4 bolts, that, That I didn't really have to touch too much. And that's pretty much it. Now, I still have to zip tie. I want to make sure it works. So I'm going to put it in the game, plug it in. And if it works, I'm going to unplug it, zip tie it, and then we're good. Yeah, just in case, you know, then I have to undo everything. So it works. Excuse me. It looks to be, back to normal. Let me plug it in and see if it works. So I've just put the glider back. This ramp assembly is a pain in the ass, but what I did is I loosened the ramp just under that mod, and there, and then put it under. You can line up, because you're gonna line up the holes anyways, kind of, right? Like right there. Right there. Anyways, I'll line it up. It doesn't matter. You just move them, and then you put this under this little triangle thing, and this and that. All right, and then now let me try to one hand this. Sorry, it's a little erratic. Oh God. So, can I do this one-handed? Oh, that's interesting. So here are the 3 wires that I've put through. Now again, it's a little annoying because if it works, I'm gonna have to take the ramp assembly off again, and then I have to zip tie it. It's annoying, but it is what it is. So this would go there. Well, anyways, yeah, you line them up. That goes there. This there, and then this there. I'll be back. We're gonna turn it on, and we'll see if it works. Okay, so Mary's recording, and look, I'm pressing the button, and it's fucking working. It's working, it's working, it's working. So, you know what the trick is? Mary, get in here. Can you see that? That's the trick. If it's too tight, this bends. It's almost like I was bending it. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? So I loosen that a bit, and then I was dicking around with it, and now when I press it, it works. So that was so the trick is to keep playing with this portion. Oh, it's so loud, sorry. Is to keep playing with this, god damn it. And you keep playing with this portion, and now it works. So it works now, or it seems to be anyways. Let me see if it repositions. Yeah, there it is, right in the middle. So that's the trick, I buttoned it up and all that. That was way too tight, and so is this. This is the biggest issue. I turned it so tight, this fucking thing was bending. I'm like, oh my god, I'm gonna blow the motor. And then when I loosen that a bit,
pick a turtle.
There it is. So now that the first one is working, which is amazing, by the way, instead of buttoning it up and doing it, I'm going to actually take this one out, and I want to do the second one. I want to put the motor in. I want it ready as a backup and working now that it's fresh in my head and I know how to do it. Like I'm saying, you know what I suspect? I was thinking about it yesterday after I did my first one. I can almost suspect that because when I changed the motor with this, it wasn't working. So when I showed you on camera was after I was screwing around with it. When you tighten this and it fits into the groove, it never moved. It wasn't until I unscrewed it and then it became loose that it started moving. Is it possible that it's not that the servo failed, but because of the positioning of this, this part right here, that it was too tight, and from the factory it kept blowing because it kept getting stuck with the motor. Part of me wants to remove this, do the same fix that I did here, which is this, loosen it so it's not as tight, and again, try it back and forth, and then work. Is it possible? let's check. If I might just plug it in, see if it works. If it doesn't, then we'll move forward and we'll replace it again and see if it works. And we are done. And hopefully everything's back to normal and we are happy. I'll be back. So what a difference that was. Now that I'm confident in doing it, I actually replaced this one literally from on the bench, computer where I work, installed, testing, 28 minutes. When I did the first time, mind you, it took my time, it was 3 hours, but now working. So I did try the old motor. Remember I was saying that, hey, maybe it's suspect? And that's, no, the motor's dead. I tried it and I'm like, you know what, I'm dicking around with it. So I did it again. We're going to recap in a moment, but let me just show you working. By the way, if you get it working, I have to admit, when you go in the test mode in the service menu, it doesn't move. And I don't know why. And I kind of don't give a shit. And the truth is, because I've tested it for like 20 minutes now and playing it, like my wife is here and she was playing, and I kept telling her, press the glider button right here. Now I have the lockdown bar off. And it worked. And I was just checking the mechanism if there was anything, the hand here. So the trick is, when you put it in, when you screw that in, make it a lot looser. And also the arm here, the black arm, obviously that goes in, but on the machine, don't over tighten it. Leave it a bit, as soon as you feel like a little like turn and it's like, okay, there's resistance, leave it, just a little. And it works great. So let me show you. If you're trying this for yourself, choose Leonardo. I think Donatello and Raphael, I think I think their mode doesn't allow it to move. So when I choose Leonardo, it does. Now, I don't know if that's a game mechanic or maybe I didn't fix it as well as I did. But the truth is, I play tested it with the one, my first one there, and this one for a good 20 minutes, half an hour, maybe an hour total. And I've been banging away multi-balls and it works. So let me show you. Don't choose Michelangelo or do my Leonardo. Boom. So here's me pressing it. There. Beautiful, smooth, no interruption, and it's working. So I am over the moon that this is done. Okay, and I've played it. So I'm gonna wrap things up. I have to just screw it. Remember at the beginning I showed 1, 2, and 3. I'm gonna wrap it up, make sure it works. Underneath where you plug it in, I'm gonna make sure I tape off where the connector is, like it was before from Stern. And I'm gonna set you up and we'll talk about it. Yes! Well, there you have it. That was the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Restore Part 4. And that was fixing the glider and the 2 servos. And I did do the 2 of them. I'm 2 for 2. Man, am I over the moon. I'm so happy I got it working. I was reluctant. I was scared. I'm like, shit, am I gonna blow it up? I don't want to spend money. The servos are expensive, like $60. That's Canadian. I want to thank and shout out Arcade Nerd 925 and Pinhead 50 on Pinside, because they had a great write-up in the the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Stern, well, LE Pro and Premium, and they did a great write-up on how to do it, and I took that as confidence, and like, okay, they got it done quickly, I should be able to do it, so they were a great help. Now, here's where it gets fun. So yeah, it's working, knock on wood, and so far so good. Here's where it gets cool. Here is the spare one I've done, where I did both. Here's a spare one, wrapped, working, beautiful, just in case I need it one day. And lastly, next video is going to get excited. So next video is part 5, and here's where it gets sick. Boom! Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Topper, official from Stern, expensive as hell, but whatever. I can't wait to review this. It's going to be a fun video, should be a short one, should be. God, everything screws up. But I'm so excited to do this. You have no idea. I'm going to put it right on. It's going to pretty much add and almost finish it. I have a few little things I want to add as well, but that's later on. I want to take a break after I do the topper, but I'm so happy. I'm excited. And yeah, if you guys ever need help, obviously the video is pretty detailed, but if you need help a little here and there, message me privately. email me. It's all in the description below. Oh, and also the replacement servo, where to find it on eBay. Apparently, a buddy of ours that just got a premium bought it from a RC hobby store, and they sell them, and they're like $10 even less than on Amazon, which is crazy. So you can go to your hobby store, like an RC store, and find them, or Amazon. I'll have the link and the model number. It's a quick fix, kinda, but again, it takes a little, moving around and like adjusting. But honestly, I'm so happy. I'm gonna smoke a little something. Actually, I have it right here. Ooh, we're gonna have fun tonight. I can't wait. I really want to relax because this has been on my mind for months. Let me know if you have comments. Subscribe. The topper's coming next video. Hit the bell to remind you. Whatever. It's been a pleasure. Thanks for checking out Top Tier. See you next video. Peace!